Hi, this is Cole Smithy with ColeSmithy.com and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. Mike Leigh's reputation as an unrivaled inventor of cinematic dramaturgy once again over-delivers on his promise. How, you might ask, is that possible? Such is the nature of Mike Leigh's incomprehensible genius as a truly visionary auteur.
Exceedingly beautiful. I thank you.
Leigh's celebrated rehearsal methods involving months, if not years, of improvisational preparatory work on the part of his cherished actors renders astonishing results in the telling of J.M.W. Turner, who lived from 1775 to 1851, the English Romantic landscape painter who greatly influenced the Impressionist movement. More in-depth character study than partial biopic, the exquisitely executed period film connects the painter's tormented inner emotional experience with the people, locations, and social conditions that informed his paintings from technique, approach, and inspiration. Leigh's frequent thespian ally Timothy Spall puts head, heart, and loins to the character of Mr. Turner, a corpulent man tormented by his past relationship with his cruel and deceased mother. A finer performance you may never witness during your lifetime. Timothy Spall, or Tim as his fellow actors call him, is cinema's best kept secret, but not for much longer. Measured, generous, and rich in emotional depth, Spall's portrayal of Mr. Turner is a thing of priceless glory. The years that Spall spent learning to paint, specifically for the part, have surely paid off in this tremendous film. The filmmaker's brilliant use of natural lighting give the audience a vibrant visual sense of existing in the proximity of visual reference points of Mr. Turner's lush paintings, many of which carry a marine theme.
A masterpiece such as yours, I am struck by the clarity with which you have captured the moment.
Why on earth would he go and do that? He's ruined a masterpiece.
Breathtaking attention is paid to every aspect of period detail toward immersing the viewer in 18th century London and its nearby coastal environs of Margate, where Mr. Turner frequently travels for artistic and romantic inspiration. Still, nothing is overwrought. Turner's proclivity for visiting the same seaside bed and breakfast guest house is inspired in part by the home's thrice-widowed owner, Sophia Booth, played by Marion Bailey, with whom Turner eventually strikes up a romantic relationship that serves the couple well during the later years of his life. Turner's complex relationship to women provides the story with a wealth of psychological subtext that nonetheless is subservient to the painter's daily work, which takes center stage. The death of Turner's painting assistant father proves a turning point for the painter and for the film. After his father's funeral, the abject Turner chooses to visit a brothel, whereupon he releases his emotions rather than any sexual energy he may possess. The scene allows Timothy Spall to dig deep into his character's well of pent-up anxiety and remorse. J.M.W. Turner was a misunderstood artist during his lifetime, but with the help of Mike Leigh, Timothy Spall, and a cast of infinitely gifted actors, audiences can begin to comprehend the life, purpose, and experiences of that tremendously gifted soul.
See it. You are a man of great vision, Mr. Turner.
It is worth noting that the stellar performances from Leigh's stable of actresses that include Dorothy Atkinson, Marion Bailey, and Ruth Sheen are of an elevated quality rarely experienced by modern movie audiences. Is Mr. Turner the best film of 2014? I would answer yes. I give this exquisite picture an A+. My sleeper pick is Nancy Cates' documentary Regarding Susan Sontag, and my guilty pleasure pick is Annie. My must-have DVDs are The Trip to Italy from MPI Home Video, F for Fake from the Criterion Collection, and French Affairs from Cinema Libre. In the brainwash of modern ideologies, it seems apropos that Jörg Buttgereit's follow-up to his banned 1987 film Nekromantik would be prohibited in his mother country of Germany, as well as Australia, New Zealand, and a slew of other countries. After all, Nekromantik 2 exploits the same taboo conceit as the original film, namely the erotic and romantic tension between an attractive girl and a corpse. As with the first movie, a real-life boyfriend just gets in the way. However, from a filmmaking standpoint, Jörg Buttgereit's potent stab at transgressive cinema is more in line with the early films of John Waters or David Cronenberg than with the litany of directors associated with torture porn movies of the Saw franchise ilk. It would be sad to say that by modern standards, the Nekromantik movies are tame by comparison. They are not. Jörg Buttgereit's consciously low-budget approach prods the viewer to question obvious aspects of the film's production. You might take a believable corpse for granted in a big-budget film, but be taken by surprise by the apparent authenticity of the one getting all of the attention here. Buttgereit's convincing Grand Guignol trump card might be one of the oldest tricks in the book, but it works like a charm. The film's title tells you what you need to know. Romance with the dead is a heavy burden in every way imaginable. Set in the downtrodden streets and apartments of East and West Berlin, the story picks up with Rob, the abandoned boyfriend of the first film, committing suicide with a knife while achieving orgasm. Death and sex are united. Enter Monica, a fan of Rob's former exploits with the dead, to dig up his decomposing green body for some quality time between the sheets. Still, Monica learns that necrophilia isn't all it's cracked up to be. Her attempted sex act with what's left of Rob sends her running to the bathroom to vomit. She chops up the body, bags it up, and returns it to its grave, albeit with one set of naughty bits kept behind in the fridge as a souvenir. A chance meeting at a local cinema delivers Monica into the loving arms of Mark, a voice-over talent for cheap porn movies. As romance seems to grow between the couple, so too does Monica's recurrent desire to make it with a cadaver. It's one thing to show a Hollywood action hero killing an endless army of nameless people, but widely considered beyond the pale to show a character acting out carnal fantasies with a corpse. Sure, it's gross, but is it any worse or better than other popularized filmic expressions of murder or sexual expression? This is one of the essential ideological questions that Buttgereit wrestles with in an ambitious adult horror movie that is as much about the audiences that will never see it as it is about a commercialized culture of war. German officials have come around to accepting the Nekromantik films as works of art and have since renounced their ban. Thanks for watching, and visit colesmithy.com for more.